Hi everyone. I decided at this moment to start a YouTube channel. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I do feel like I have some things to say, and so I'm not really just gonna do it and see what happens. It doesn't have to be too complicated. Um, the first thing I'll say is that I was talking yesterday to someone about how the imaginary number I, which is the square root of -1, um, which if you try to do that math, it's, no one's really been able to do it before because square roots are always positive, I think, or something like that. So, but anyways, the number I is used for air traffic controllers and some of their equations to chart airplane travel. So it's, it's a very powerful number, even though we don't really know what it is in terms of an actual number, numerical values. I find that really interesting. It makes me think that, it makes, one of my ideas is that I almost exist in the future, because I think I've heard that air traffic controllers use it to predict future positions of aircraft. So I think part of the reason why we can't calculate it is because I exists in the future state. So that's why it's used. But either way, it's interesting also that we can use the tool of that number without really understanding it at its core. And I think that shows how innovation can happen by experimentation and not necessarily by always a deep understanding conceptually, because conceptual understanding can fall apart. But if you can, chart an airplane, that's a real thing that, you'd be able to do. Anyways, that's one interesting thing I was talking about. I was also, with the person I was talking about, he was saying how about this thing called the Bentons number or something like that. Oh, excuse me. And the Bentons number is that if you take a data set of numbers, it's something along the lines of 30% of the numbers in that data set will start with the digit 1, and then 17% of the numbers in that data set will start with the number 2, the digit 2, and then it distributes along the other 7 digits to 9 differently than that. But it's strange that there's such a heavy distribution of 1 and 2. And this shows, if you take a data sets of numbers of the populations of towns in New York, or if you take a data set of numbers of how many followers people have on Instagram. So it's kind of this strange mathematical natural law. So I guess this talk here centered mostly around kind of some math and the number I, which I think is really cool, and also Benton's number. But I also, as my first channel, I'd like to introduce that I am really focused a lot on metaphysics. And metaphysics, gets me interested in mathematics and science as well as spirituality and religion. And one of my main goals, I think, in this channel, a purpose I'd like to share and help learn in myself as well, is the relationship between math, science, and spirituality and religion. And I think there's a much stronger tie than we often give credit to. Anyways, my name is Johnny Silver, and that is my real name. That's not a stage name. And I would like to welcome you to my channel, and who knows, maybe I'm the only one who will see this, or maybe a couple people will see this, and I'll try to do it consistently. Thanks.